Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. It's morning for me right now. Um,
Something unexpected is building in your life right now, and you can probably feel it even if you can't name it yet. That electric energy, that sense that something's about to shift in a way you didn't see coming. There's this specific quality in the air around you lately. Like the universe is setting something up behind the scenes. Like pieces are moving into place that you're not fully aware of yet. Like you're about to receive something you've wanted but stopped expecting. Let me describe what this feels like. You may have been in a practical mindset lately, focused on reality, on what is instead of what could be, managing expectations, protecting yourself from disappointment by not hoping for too much. Um, some people experience this as mature, as grown up, as having learned from past letdowns to keep their expectations realistic and their hopes measured. It might feel like you've been operating from a place of, I'll believe it when I see it, like you've trained yourself not to get excited until something is confirmed, concrete, undeniable. But here's what's about to happen: something's going to break through that protective layer and make you feel things you haven't let yourself feel in a while. Let's pause here. This reflection invites you to consider, when was the last time you let yourself get genuinely excited about a possibility? Not cautiously hopeful, not we'll see what happens, but actually excited, giddy, unable to stop thinking about it, feeling that butterfly anticipation in your chest. You may have forgotten what that feels like, or you've been actively avoiding it because excitement makes you vulnerable, because getting your hopes up has led to disappointment before. It's possible you've been protecting yourself so well that you've numbed yourself to the good surprises along with the bad ones. Like you've developed such a strong shield that joy can't penetrate any more than pain can. But something's about to slip through that defense, something you didn't plan for, didn't orchestrate, didn't see coming. Some people experience surprise as uncomfortable. They prefer control, predictability, knowing what's coming so they can prepare emotionally and practically. You may be one of those people, and this surprise is going to require you to just be present with it, to let it unfold without trying to manage it or control it or plan 17 steps ahead. It can feel disorienting when good things happen that you didn't engineer yourself, like you don't know how to receive something you didn't work for or strategize toward. This reflection invites you to consider, are you comfortable receiving good things you didn't plan for? There's something specific about what this surprise might be. It's possible it's related to connection, someone reaching out you didn't expect to hear from, someone expressing feelings you didn't know they had, someone showing up in a way that catches you completely off guard. Or maybe it's opportunity, a door opening you didn't even know existed, an offer coming from an unexpected source, a path appearing that wasn't on your radar at all. The surprise isn't just that something good is happening, it's that it's happening from a direction you weren't looking, in a way you didn't anticipate, with a timeline that doesn't match what you were expecting. Some people miss surprises because they're so focused on what they think should happen that they don't notice what's actually happening. They're looking left while the magic is happening on the right. You may have been doing this, focused on one specific outcome or person or path, convinced that if anything good is going to happen, it'll come from this particular direction. But the surprise is coming from somewhere else, someone else, some angle you dismissed or overlooked or didn't consider viable. It can feel like the universe has a sense of humor, like it's saying, you were so busy staring at that door that you didn't notice this window opening. This reflection invites you to consider, what have you been so focused on that you might be missing what's happening beside you? Let me talk about the excitement part specifically. It's possible you're going to feel something you haven't felt in a long time. That pure, uncut excitement that makes you want to text your friends immediately. That makes you smile randomly throughout the day. That makes sleep difficult because your mind is racing with possibility. Not anxious racing, excited racing. The good kind of can't sleep because Christmas is tomorrow energy. And that feeling, it's going to remind you that you're still capable of it, that the practical, measured, cautious version of you isn't the only version, that underneath all that protection is someone who can still get wildly excited about life. Some people have convinced themselves they've outgrown excitement, that being an adult means being measured and controlled and never getting too high or too low. You may have been operating from that belief, keeping yourself in the middle range, emotionally stable but also kind of flat, safe but also kind of numb. And this surprise is going to jostle you out of that flatness. It's going to make you feel alive in a way you'd forgotten was possible. It can feel almost uncomfortable at first, like you don't know what to do with this much positive energy, like you're out of practice at being this happy about something. But you'll adjust, you'll remember, you'll let yourself expand into the excitement instead of shrinking away from it. This reflection invites you to consider, what would it feel like to let yourself be insanely excited without tempering it? There's something about timing that matters here. It's possible this surprise is coming exactly when you need it, not when you wanted it, not when you planned for it, but when you're actually ready to receive it without sabotaging it, because you've received surprises before. Good things that showed up at the wrong time, when you weren't healed enough or whole enough or stable enough to handle them properly. And so you pushed them away or ruined them or couldn't appreciate them because you were still too broken to see them clearly. Some people blame themselves for messing up good things, for not being ready when opportunity knocked, for letting fear or wounds or patterns destroy something that could have been beautiful. You may carry some of that regret. Some, what if I had been different then? Some, I wasn't ready and I missed my chance. But this surprise, this one is coming now because now you're ready. Now you've done enough work. Now you're whole enough to receive it without destroying it. It can feel like redemption, like the universe saying, okay, you weren't ready then, but you're ready now. So here's another shot. This reflection invites you to consider, how are you different now than the last time something good surprised you? Let me talk about what you might need to do when this surprise arrives. It's possible your first instinct will be suspicion, to look for the catch, to wait for the other shoe to drop, to convince yourself it's too good to be true so you don't get hurt when it inevitably falls apart. You need to resist that instinct. You need to practice receiving without immediately deflecting. You need to let yourself have this without immediately looking for what's wrong with it. Because analyzing a gift to death kills the joy of receiving it. Picking apart a surprise for flaws prevents you from enjoying the magic of it. Some people are so afraid of being hurt that they hurt themselves preemptively. They reject good things before good things can reject them. They find reasons why it won't work before giving it a chance to work. You may be tempted to do this, to protect yourself from potential disappointment by not fully investing in the excitement, by keeping one foot out, by maintaining escape routes. But that's not receiving. That's just controlled withholding disguised as participation. It can feel risky to fully show up for something good, to invest your excitement without guarantees, to be all in when you can't see how it ends. But that's what this surprise requires. full presence, full participation, full permission to be excited without hedging. This reflection invites you to consider, can you let yourself be all in on something good without knowing how it ends? There's something about what this surprise might change. It's possible this isn't just a nice moment, it's a trajectory shift, something that alters your path in a meaningful way, that opens doors you didn't know existed, that creates possibilities that weren't available before. You might look back on this moment as the thing that changed everything, the unexpected event that redirected your entire life in a better direction. Not because the surprise itself is life altering necessarily, but because what it sets in motion creates momentum you couldn't have generated on your own. Some people experience this as surreal, like they're watching their life shift in real time, like something clicked into place that they didn't even know was out of alignment. You may feel that click, that sense of, oh, this is what was missing, that recognition of rightness you couldn't have articulated before, but now feels obvious. And with that recognition comes excitement, not just about the surprise itself, but about what the surprise makes possible, about the doors it opens, about the life it invites you into. It can feel like suddenly everything makes sense, like all the hard stuff you went through was preparation for this, like the timing is perfect even though you couldn't have planned it. This reflection invites you to consider, if something unexpectedly good happened, would you trust it or question it? Let me talk about how this might show up in love specifically. It's possible the surprise is romantic. Someone you didn't expect becoming available. Someone you didn't know was interested, revealing their feelings. Someone showing up who fits in ways you'd stop believing were possible. Or the surprise is an existing connection deepening unexpectedly. Someone you thought was just a friend revealing they want more. A casual situation suddenly becoming serious. Surface level suddenly becoming soulful. The excitement isn't just about the person or the connection, it's about what it represents. Proof that good things still happen. Evidence that your standards don't price you out of love. Confirmation that you were right to wait for something real. Some people have been settling, accepting less than they want because they convince themselves what they want doesn't exist, that their standards are unrealistic, that they're being too picky. You may have been close to that resignation, close to lowering your bar just to have someone, close to accepting good enough because great seems impossible. And this surprise is going to validate that you were right not to settle, that what you want does exist, that waiting for it instead of forcing something lesser was the right call. It can feel vindicating, like all the loneliness and doubt and maybe I'm asking for too much was worth it because here's proof that you're not. This reflection invites you to consider, what would it mean to you to be proven right about what you've been hoping? There's something about your response to this surprise that matters. It's possible how you receive it determines what it becomes. If you receive it with open arms and genuine excitement, it has space to grow into something real. If you receive it with suspicion and guardedness, you strangle it before it has a chance to develop. You get to choose. You can let yourself be insanely excited, or you can protect yourself from potential disappointment by tempering your response. But here's the truth, protecting yourself from disappointment also protects you from joy. You can't selectively numb. You can't feel only the safe emotions and block the vulnerable ones. Some people choose safety over joy every single time. And then they wonder why their life feels flat, why nothing feels exciting anymore, why they can't seem to access happiness even when good things happen. You may have been one of those people choosing safety, choosing control, choosing predictability over possibility. But this surprise is inviting you to choose differently, to choose excitement even though it's vulnerable, to choose joy even though it's risky, to choose full participation even though you can't control the outcome. It can feel like standing at the edge of something, like you're about to jump and you don't know if you'll fly or fall. But staying on the edge isn't neutral, it's just a slower kind of falling, a gradual descent into numbness and regret instead of the risk of trying. This reflection invites you to consider when this surprise comes. Will you jump? You remain in complete control of how you respond. You can embrace it, question it, deflect it, receive it with suspicion or with gratitude. The power is yours. It always has been. You may notice reading this has activated something, maybe anticipation, maybe skepticism, maybe hope that you're trying not to feel too intensely. Whatever it is, honor it. Take what resonates. Softly release the rest. Trust yourself. Before we close, I want to ask you something. If something unexpectedly amazing happened this week, what would your first reaction be? Excitement or suspicion? Drop it in the comments if you want to be honest. And what's one thing you've stopped hoping for that you'd be thrilled to be surprised by? You're going to get a huge surprise and you're going to be insanely excited. Not because I can predict the future, but because I can see the pattern you're in, the readiness you've developed, the space you've created for something good to finally land. And when it does, when the surprise arrives in whatever form it takes, let yourself feel it fully. Let yourself be excited without apology. Let yourself receive without deflecting. Not eventually, soon. Trust yourself with this. Trust that you're ready for good surprises. Trust that excitement won't destroy you. Trust that letting your guard down for something genuine is brave, not foolish. I'll see you in the next one. And listen. The surprise isn't the scary part. It's letting yourself fully feel the excitement about it that requires real courage. Stay open. Stay ready. Stay willing to be delighted. It's coming.